My name is Desirae Haluk, and I own Clairant Services, which is a marketing agency for startups and small businesses. And today I'm going to talk to you about how you can recycle your old content. Right now, content is a big deal when we're talking about marketing and growing our businesses. And a bunch of my favorite marketers out there that are super successful from a digital marketing perspective, I pulled a few statistics from them. I know Gary Vaynerchuk, if any of you know him, he says you need to put out 100 pieces of content a day. And I know that that sounds very daunting and scary, but it's actually a lot more doable than we think. And most of us don't even put out 100 pieces of content per month. He also has a team doing this for him, but even before he had a team doing it for him, he was all about content marketing and posting as much and as often as you can, but with good quality content. One way you can do this is just so it's not as scary is, let's say your target audience is all over the United States, and you have a post on social media on a few of your platforms that's going out. Well, all you have to do is sort of personalize it. You can say, there's 50 states. So you can say, hey, New Jersey, and then put your post after that, or hey, New York, or hey, Connecticut. And maybe if your audience is a lot more specific, like maybe you're only in New Jersey, then you start naming cities or counties, like hey, Hunterdon County, and then put out your piece. So the point of this is that you can create, if you're creating 100 pieces of content, there's 50 states. So there's 50 pieces right there. And then, let's say you have 4 platforms that your social media networks are on. That's 4 a day right there. And it could be really the same message that you're sending. Of course, you want to make sure that that you're speaking to, Twitter is different than LinkedIn, is different than Facebook, is different than, Snapchat or whatever. So you just have to make sure you kind of alter your message. But for the most part, you can really kind of reuse the same messaging as long as you kind of alter it a little bit. And you can use sports teams in specific neighborhoods or different states. That also works to create more content. Now, content doesn't bring you results overnight. Another one of my favorite marketers is Neil Patel. He says 2 years it takes once you start putting out content before you start seeing results. And someone else says 400 pieces of content, and I'm talking good quality content. These are like great articles that you actually did SEO work on and keyword research and really thinking about, who your audience is and what they are looking for in terms of, beneficial content in their lives. And so the whole point is that content marketing works, but it doesn't work overnight, just like anything really. Not everything works overnight. And this is something that is super effective, but you have to be consistent and persistent with your posting. And so where are you posting your content? So you can do this from these are, of course, there's many different channels that you can post your content on, but the most popular are really articles on blogs, and social media posts, and then your content on your website. So how do we come up with new content? If we're expected to create 100, even let's say 50 pieces of content a day, which sounds astronomical, how do we do that? How do we come up with new content? And a way that we can do that is repurposing your old content. So there's 3 different ways. There's several ways, but I'm just going to talk about 3 in terms of time today. And one of them is videos. The other one is using old articles, and another one is creating podcasts. So for the video piece, you can take multiple videos and you can you can take one video and you can create multiple videos from that one. So pretty much what I mean by that is, I'll give an example actually by one of the lunch and learns that I've done in the past. And the lunch and learn I was interviewing one of my clients, and it was about a 30 to 40-minute interview. And during this interview, I asked the company, the reps at the company, maybe 9 questions about their company. And what ended up happening was I took that video and I created 9 pieces from that one video. And that was it. And what we did was I took 1 question per video. I created an intro and a concluding frame, and that was branded. There was a banner at the bottom of the video that showed, this is the CEO of the brand that I was talking about. And they were really super effective. And we ended up creating posts from each of those videos. And, we had them on a YouTube channel, we had them on the homepage of their website, on their blog page, and then we would post them on social media that would then drive traffic to them. So videos are such a great way. You can take 30 minutes of video and you can create several videos from it. You can create little 30-second snippets, or you can take 5-minute snippets. So that's a really good way of doing that. And you can also add in some stock videography to that as well. Another way is repurposing old blog posts. So I'm sure all of us have several articles we've written in the past, or different write-ups that we have posted on our blogs. And what you need to do with this is a lot of that content is still relevant, but all you have to do is refresh the keywords. And so I suggest that you go on to Ubersuggest, which is a free keyword research tool by Neil Patel. And it's a very user-friendly platform. And what you do is you can just put in a general broad keyword that you have in your old blog write-up, and you can then get, the SEO difficulty, the search volume per month for the keyword. You will get suggested new keywords. You can even see the cost per click. And there are several of these keyword research tools, but this is the one that's popular in my world today. And so get a fresh list of keywords and then rewrite that content so that you stay current in your industry. And that's a really great way to repurpose old articles or blog posts. Another way is making videos into podcasts and articles. So let's say I take that video that I was talking to you about, where there's about 9 different questions that I asked my client. Those can be in audio form. Today, a lot of us we exercise, we run, we are driving, but we still want to learn new things. We still want to listen, to audio during that time when we're not able to watch video. So this is a really good opportunity to take those videos and just take the audio from them and cut them out. And you can add in an intro and a concluding audio clip as well, and blend it in with it, and just make them short and sweet. And they're super effective. And then also create articles from them. So each of those questions that I asked my client during that video, I created blog topics, like articles about each of those questions that I then elaborated on. And I did keyword research, and also social media posts. So all of this stuff can be integrated together. If you create a social media post that is a couple sentences long, that can then be linked to your blog, which elaborates more on the topic, which can then link to a video or a podcast about the same topic. So it's just a great way to recycle, repurpose, reuse your content that you already have and keeping it current. Here's just a couple ideas of channels of distribution. There are thousands more, but these are just, the most popular. So YouTube, if you have your videos, social media, obviously we all post on social media. Keep your website content up to date. Hopefully you guys are doing keyword research on your website every 6 months to a year. And then obviously posting blogs on or articles on your blog, creating newsletters for your current customers, and sending out emails as well. So those are just a couple of the ways that you can distribute this recycled content. And this is just a couple keyword research tools that are free and that are they're very effective in their own ways. Uber suggests, like I already mentioned, mots.com, SEMrush, there's Google AdWords, the keyword planner, and there's even Google Trends. There's so many different Google tools that you can use. IM for SMB keyword generator, and Suvol. I don't know if that's Suvle or Suvol. Anyway, so those are just a few of them. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And if you need help creating content, then you can contact me at clairantservices.com.